Alright, what's up guys? It's Aaron coming to you back today with another video. This video will be titled 5 things that I have noticed 2 weeks post no contact coming out of my narcissistic relationship myself. So we'll get right into the video. So number 1 will be, I didn't actually realize whilst I was in the relationship how dependent on the narcissist I was. So I was actually extremely dependent on the narcissist, way more than I actually realized. So, you know, if ever I was going through a tough scenario in my life, or, you know, a possible major decision that was coming up and I had to make, you know, I would always go to the narcissist to try and, you know, find comfort in them and try and seek the advice and the wisdom and get that from the narcissist. Which, you know, looking back, obviously, if I had known that person was a narcissist and I had been aware of narcissism at that time, of course, that's the last person you're going to go to. So, but unfortunately for me, you know, I used to, and I'm sure you did too, and I used to go to that person, you know, in times of need, you know, when I had an injury, you know, when I was struggling in relationships in my own personal life with certain, you know, family dynamics, certain friends or family, certain people, you know, I'd go to the narcissist for advice. And, you know, the narcissist, they are the kings of breaking relationships, you know, with anyone and everyone they come into contact with, and then even breaking relationships not only with the people they come into contact with, but with, you know, people that are friends with one another through triangulation. And so triangulation, that's when they drive a wedge between, you know, it could be you and someone that you really love and care about deeply. And you know, that's one of the most toxic and horrible things that the narcissists do. But yeah, it's definitely something that they specialize in, unfortunately. And so that brings me on to number 2. So number 2 is self-sabotaging habits or vices. And so, you know, if you're partaking in you know, certain activities and things that create any amount of guilt or shame within yourself, you're creating psychological debt. And when you do that, when you carry psychological debt, it takes a toll on you. And, you know, it's an extra weight essentially that you have to then carry on your shoulders. You know, and as if there's not enough weight and enough for us to carry, as you know, enough as it is. And so, you know, these habits that you do, they'll keep you in bondage. They'll keep you easily manipulative and easily controllable for the narcissist or narcissistic people in general. And the reason for that is because you then become weak, you become docile, you become a yes man or a yes woman. And, you know, because ultimately chances are you're a very caring, loving, empathetic person. And, you know, with those beautiful traits and characteristics that you've got, you know, if you're like I said, if you're partaking in things that are detrimental to your own health, then, you know, that's going to put you into an even more so vulnerable position. And so for me, you know, it's embarrassing really to admit and to say, but for the algorithm's sake, I don't think I could say it, but, you know, watching certain websites that you shouldn't be watching, that's probably one of the worst things that you could be doing, especially as a young man. I'm sure for women too, but I can only speak on my own experience. And so that's something that, you know, you definitely never want to be partaking in that at all. Another one for me was video games. So video games was a huge thing for me growing up. You know, when I was a teenager, I spent hours and hours and hours playing video games. And the trouble with video games is it's a virtual reality. So, you know, all the things that you're achieving in the video game is just giving you instant dopamine rushes, when in reality it's a video. It's not real life. You know, it's all fantasy, it's all fake, you know. So you know, as a young man growing up in the time that I grew up, I'm sure video games and websites, you know, and it comes with, you know, then those one thing tends to lead to another. And so then, you know, you might find yourself eating junk food, and find yourself then even hanging out with people that you shouldn't be hanging around, because, you know, you value yourself lower because of the acts and the things that you're partaking in that you know you shouldn't be, which is creating the psychological debt in your mind. And it's just a downward spiral to a terrible, terrible place that you do not want to be. So anyway, that brings us on to number 3. And so now that I'm out of it, I've realized how much of my life that I've just wasted away. And time is your most valuable resource. You know, you can't get your time back regardless of who you are. We've all got 24 hours in a day, and you cannot get your time back. Once it's gone, it's gone, no matter how you've opted to spend it or how you chose to spend it. What's done, you know, how you spent it in the past, it's gone. You can't re-spend your time. So for me, you know, I spent a lot of time running errands for the narcissists, dropping them off, picking them up, mowing their lawns, snipping their lawns, keeping their house property clean. I spent so much time, you know, adhering to them. And the sad part was too, you know, I could have done everything. I could have given them the world, which I pretty much did. You know, like I gave so much of myself. I would go to extreme lengths, you know, to make sure the place is always looking clean, outside and inside. You know, you could mop the floors, I could vacuum, you could go to above and beyond, and it doesn't matter what you did, you know, you never really got appreciation for it, or a thanks for it, or a praise for it. It was kind of just expected of you to do those things because, you know, essentially you just wanted to keep the relationship alive. And so, you know, this is why you go to all these lengths and all these extents to try as hard as you can, and you really gave it everything that you had. And you know, it was never enough, won't be enough. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change the narcissist. You know, if this person's in your immediate family like mine is, you're just going to have to ultimately try and go no contact with them and steer clear of them as much as humanly possible, and set, you know, very, very strong boundaries in place. So brings us to number 4. So I know for a fact that I gave them so much, and the reason why is because I've observed that they've now replaced me with about 3 or 4 different people to do the tasks that I used to do, you know, for the narcissist. So, you know, they now use another family member to send all their emails for them, to chase up all their, you know, all that sort of stuff for them. And, you know, they replace different people in different areas of their life, you know, to fill up the void and fill up those things that I used to do for the narcissist. And so, you know, that then confirms to me how much I really did do for them, because they need, you know, essentially 4 sources of supply, 4 people to replace what I did for the narcissist. So I'm sure that you know, you guys could be or possibly facing the same in your own life, in your own journey. So that brings us on to, last but not least, number 5. So, you know, now that I've been spending all my time and energy on my own life and my own goals and all my own stuff, you know, everything has been going to new heights, going to new levels. So for me, like, I'm into sport, I play cricket, so you know, I've been going to new heights in cricket, achieving great things there. You know, in my work life, I've been achieving great things there. In my interpersonal relationships, they've never been stronger or healthier. You name it, all facets. Spiritually, you know, my connection to God, that's been amazing. And just all facets and all areas of my life have absolutely dominated. Physically, I'm a lot stronger. Mentally, I'm a lot sharper. You know, I've developed a lot of better new habits now, a lot of better practices that I partake in. And, you know, I just share this with you so that hopefully this can give you some encouragement and to let you know that, you know, if I could do it, that you can too. And just know that you're definitely not alone. You're not by yourself, because I know if you're the one like me, you're the one going through all the things that come with the narcissist. It's a big cobweb, and there's a lot of things to process, a lot of things to go through. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, if you could please like it, subscribe to the channel, share it, and have a great day, evening, wherever you are, and see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Cheers.